What's up, golfing founders? Ed Adorno here, and today I'm going to guide you through some of the fundamentals that we need to become professional business athletes. The fun part is that these fundamentals are very similar to a lot of golf fundamentals. In fact, if you are really a good player, most likely you have several of these already developed. To build your business, you have to go from amateur to professional. Now we're going to look at what it takes. This is super important because without these fundamentals, you won't be able to execute properly. You could have the greatest idea in the world, but you'll most likely fail if you can't execute it well. It'll be the equivalent of playing casually but not playing tournaments, or playing but not being able to win any, which is what business is all about. So what's one thing required to actually go from amateur to professional? And I'm not talking about particular skills or strategies or anything in that regard. I'm talking about our mindset. The mindset we need to have to become a successful entrepreneur. Preparing for this journey, we want to have a mindset for success. So what we mean by that is we have to understand that entrepreneurship is not a get-rich-quick scheme, and neither is this course. Just like mastering golf, entrepreneurship requires a lot of patience, a lot of hard work, and long-term commitment. Success is about taking action and putting in the work. We'll be making things a lot easier for you, for sure, but as entrepreneurs, we have to put in the time, we have to put in the work. Just like in golf, we can't expect to rarely practice, play once a month, and be a scratch player. It just doesn't happen. So that is the mindset that we need to get in to start. Even though the road is bumpy, there are lots of benefits at the end of it, and we want to help you reach those as fast as possible. That's why we made this program to build your golf business in 30 days, not 6 months, but it won't work unless you have a mindset for success. Right, so I mentioned entrepreneurship is a long-term thing, which means that we have to embrace the long game. We have to focus on the process and not just the results. Results are certainly important, but the main focus should be on the process. If you focus only on the results, you most likely won't achieve it. And again, this is just like becoming a professional golfer. Those who focus only on the results of their game and don't embrace the process usually fail and don't make it. The best way to approach this is by small, consistent improvements over time, which is what leads to mastery. Again, there are always a few outliers that were born with natural skills and talents, but even for them, it has taken a lot of time and work to get to where they are. They have done so by persistence and being able to produce consistent improvements over time. We have to understand that we won't be good at everything and we will fail at many things that we do. Some of us will be bad at marketing, others will be poor at pricing the product, or even managing the company's budget and finances. The trick is being persistent and to learn from those mistakes. This is how we're actually able to optimize our business going forward. Obviously, through the 30-day Golf Entrepreneur Program, you'll have a really good base, which should help you avoid a lot of mistakes early on. But we still need to focus on those consistent improvements and be able to go back and analyze what has worked, what has not worked, and to take those things, learn and adapt, and go at it again to try to win in the next round. As entrepreneurs, we need to understand and accept that success requires sacrifice. Again, same thing as a pro golfer. They sacrifice a lot of time, a lot of energy, perhaps a lot of family time, vacations, weddings, etc. As entrepreneurs, we have to accept that there are times where we have to sacrifice these things and invest time, effort, and sometimes even finances. Obviously, through the course, we'll be able to make sure that you build this in the leanest way possible. But even if we have all of the funding in the world, commitment and sacrifice will be needed no matter what. There are not many startups that do well from one day to the other. It takes a lot of time and effort, consistency and dedication, and that's what really will separate you from those who give up too soon. It's not how much funding or how great of an idea you may have. Adopting a growth mindset means believing that your abilities, intelligence, and talents can be developed over time through effort, learning, and perseverance. Things we have just discussed plenty. People with a growth mindset see challenges as opportunities to grow rather than as setbacks. So how can we adopt a growth mindset? The first step is learning from failures. Failures are inevitable in golf and they're inevitable in business. I mean, we all play. So we all have failed, whether it's in a specific shot, a friendly round, or a state championship. The best thing you can do in these situations is to see them as learning opportunities rather than stopping points. For example, the last 2 seasons of my yearly state league, I got into the finals and both times I blew it up in the final round. Of course I was upset, and of course I wanted to quit golf. Who doesn't after such a blow up? But once I calmed down, I reflected on why that happened. Was it something technical? Was it my pre-tournament prep? Or my course management? See, I understood that yes, I failed at some of these things, but now I have the whole season to try and improve in these aspects and try to win in the next time around. If I didn't do this, I can assure you, the next time around, I just don't stand a chance. Another key factor in adopting a growth mindset is resilience and persistence. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from adversity, challenges, or setbacks and continue to move forward with strength and adaptability. We have seen resilience playing a major role in players' ability to win a major championship. How many times have we seen someone come back after screwing up during the first few rounds of a major tournament? Or sometimes they even come back after screwing up big time on the last day of the championship. That grit, that bounce back that we all enjoy watching on a Sunday, is a prime example of resilience. In business, this won't be any different. We could be playing really well and lose our best customer, or Google could have screwed us and we lost all of our traffic. The point is that setbacks are guaranteed in business, but it's how we bounce back from those challenges that makes us great entrepreneurs and allow us to succeed in business. We all love to take ownership of our success, but do we feel the same excitement about taking ownership of our failures? Probably not, even though we'd be much better if we actually did. All we need to understand here is that at the end of the day, you are responsible for your progress. Success won't come from the course videos alone, but from the actions you take after watching them. Treat your business like a professional from day one. Set clear goals, take daily steps towards them. The course is built in this fashion, so you can take daily steps towards a clear goal, which is launching a business, an online golf business. Understand that there are no shortcuts to success. Success is built through hard work, perseverance, and continuous learning. There is no elevator to success. We have to take the stairs one step at a time. Another thing that top players have in spades and is key to adopting a growth mindset is discipline and focus. As we mentioned, building a business requires a lot of time, dedication, and mastery of the fundamentals, which we're going to help you with here. But you have to put in the time and the dedication to be able to develop that mastery. Life always tries to get in the way. It could be family, work, friends, or whatever. There are a million things that can distract us from our goals and objectives. Developing this discipline and focus is what will get us back on track when we get diverted by these inevitable situations. For that, we have to get pretty good at time management, which will have its own module with some tips and tricks on that topic. But for now, keep in mind that this is a key thing for developing discipline and focus and for building success. Alright, we're gonna be discussing now consistency versus motivation. Which one would you pick? The answer for an entrepreneur is consistency over motivation any day. But why is that? Well, motivation comes and goes and it's completely normal. It wouldn't be normal otherwise. We'll be motivated one day, the next we are so-so. Some days we're not motivated at all. It's how it goes. Let me put it this way. Motivation is like a sprint. It gives you a quick burst of energy, but it fades fast. Consistency is a marathon where steady, paced effort over time wins the race. In business, success isn't about occasional high energies. It's definitely useful, but at the end of the day, it's all about showing up and putting in the work day after day. Just like you will do with this course. In fact, this course was designed over 30 days to help you create the habit of working on your business every day so that you can see it come to life. So to wrap it up, today we talked about the mindset needed to go from an amateur to a professional entrepreneur. It's all about embracing the long game, focusing on the process, and staying consistent. Like in golf, business success requires patience, persistence, and the ability to learn from failure. We also cover the importance of sacrifice, a growth mindset, and staying disciplined in order to reach your goals. Building a business is a marathon, not a sprint. You need to be prepared for setbacks, but with resilience, consistency, and the right mindset, you can achieve long-term success. Stay focused on the process, commit to the journey, and remember, just like in golf, mastering the fundamentals will take you from playing casually to winning the game. Alright guys, now let's hit the course.